Hi lilvoice. I guess to some extent this is my first personal video, meaning I did reply to some other people's videos, but those were more like open discussions that you could say or comment on if you wanted to. And if you were interested in the video, is what is YouTube for you? And the original video was made by Billy Biggin 64, but that's another story. Right now I would like to say a lot of stuff, but I don't know how to say it. It's meant in the way that feelings are what we consist of, you know that, as well as your husband and your child and so on knows this. And those feelings are usually come out in subtitles sometimes, or in headlines or whatever, like I feel mad, I feel sad and so on. But if we stop up for a second, we can pause our thoughts and let the truth come up, you know, and you just have to realize you must not look at it in a bad or good light in one way, because I don't know how to express it exactly, but it's like you look at things in a way that it's like you saying that things can only be good and only be bad, and there is also a neutral way. I know of a country here in Europe called Switzerland. You've probably heard of it because of all the chocolate and so on they make, but that's a neutral country. And in this world we often forget there are neutrals too, and we need to be neutral, but we need to be able to see life through good and evil, because or else it will just happen and we don't understand if it's good or evil, and it will create a lot of problems for us in one way. But it's all natural processes, and it's the way nature is built up, because of we are here, you can say, to learn how to understand things in a natural way, so that we can understand why things must be natural and not unnatural. Because if things are, it's not unnatural in the sense that but it's like, you know, you can walk the path of life if you want to, or you can walk the path of bad if you want to. It's up to you to choose if you want to live good, bad or neutral. And for me, I understand things now that I need to live neutral on a personal level, because I cannot live in what's called duality, where things are just black and white. And maybe our parents were good at it because they had TV in black and white. But now TV is not black and white. Now TV is in color, and therefore black and white don't work for me. I need more colors than black and white. And this is actually what I think is the hard part to understand, because we know that things can be good and bad, but we can also see that there are other things than this, and well, a lot of the people that tell us how things are and what to do and so on, they don't neglect telling you this, but they sort of try to make you understand it by not telling you, and trying to help you figure it out by yourself, because as God says, and as Allah says, and a lot of other people, and also in the movies, people say, I cannot show you the path, or I cannot force you through the door, and stuff like that. And I won't, because it's bad, but I can show you the door, but you have to open it. And this is what is meant, that you, exactly like the video you responded to from Lazy Ann. She's also saying, you have to open your own door. You cannot let someone else open your doors, or you cannot just buy any ticket you want. You have to realize, to get to somewhere, you have to buy a ticket to that place, sort of, you know what I mean. I know it sounds real complex and all stuff, but it's not so bad. It's not so hard to understand, and it's definitely, life is hard, yeah, sure it is, and nothing comes easy. But as you yourself said and showed yourself in the video, you showed your father wrong. Pessimism is not the way. Pessimism is one way, and optimism is another way, and you can choose either of them. I don't know if there's something neutral in that perspective, and in that way duality will never fade away. But right now we live so much in duality, it creates problems for us, that things are only good and bad. So therefore we move on to, maybe let's call it triality or whatever. I don't know, I don't express those words right, maybe because I have too little knowledge about how the real names of things and stuff like that, you know. So I can only use the vocabulary that I have within me, and this is why sometimes things take forever, you know, because you have to slow down and express your feelings, and this can be hard, because sometimes you just get those feelings I was talking about before, with a headline saying, I'm mad, I feel so angry right now, you know. But if you sit down and give it time, then you won't become more and more angry, because what happens is that you give yourself time to analyze why you are happy, or why you are angry. If you're not analyze why you are angry, what will happen is you will become more angry at yourself for not stopping up and analyzing it, because that is what you're supposed to do, I guess, to understand the situation you're in, and to avoid getting into a bad situation like that again. Now, I'm not saying you should sit down and analyze all of your life. I'm just saying be happy for some of the things you have that are good, and just be happy for it. Just sit inside that feeling, happiness, and be happy. Just, you need to do that for a certain amount of time until your sadness goes away. Once your sadness goes away, stop sitting inside happiness, because then you will just become over happy and so on, and it will start annoying other people and so on. Just like if people get too sad, they sort of scare others away and so on. So I'm not saying you're scaring anyone away, because you can be as sad as you want, and I will always be here for you. You will never ever be able to scare me away, that's for sure. You can say the most gruesome things to me, and I'll just try and dissolve them for you and help you understand it. That is how I work. I think I'm going to stop now, because I'm not actually sure if the radio going on in the background is annoying or whatever. So, and it is in a different language than you're used to here. So it might be an obstruction. I don't know. Let's see. See you later.